Hi everyone, welcome. Today we'll be presenting an original concept of a Midsummer Night Dream by William Shakespeare. Our company's name is the Norman Theatre Company, which is located in Sicily, Italy. The original plot takes place in Sicily, Italy in 1924. A don of a Sicilian mafia is preparing to marry a rich Italian woman that comes from a family of royalty. A respected member who just became a made man has planned for his wife Hermia to marry a young member of the family, Demetrius. But she seems to be in love with one of the servants in the family, Lysander. Her father becomes aware of this and asks Dom to tell Hermia that her and Lysander will be stunned by the family if this behavior continues. Hermia and Lysander come up with a plan to marry in secret. At a church, Lysander's aunt is a priest. They will both inform their friend Helena about the plan, who once was engaged to Demetrius. In hopes of regaining Demetrius' land, Helena tells Demetrius of Hermia and Lysander's plan of departure. At the town where the plan will be executed, Demetrius follows Hermia and Lysander through a dark alleyway, and Helena also follows Demetrius. The history of Italy is the largest island located in the Mediterranean Sea. Along Sicily's most famous attraction there are the Greek temples of the Valley of Temples in Glendale, Palomares, famous opera house, and an incredible bouquet churches and note and Mocha and an island with an island of amazing food.
Okay, thank you. That was Daniela speaking. I will continue from here. My name is Arlene, and I am also in this group where we hope to bring our concept to life in the Norman Theatre Company. To make this a success, the Norman Company seeks a budget funding of a total of $750,000, which will be used for props such as weapons, vintage clothing, jewelry, cigars, cigarettes, and canes. They will all be used by females and males actors that will be representing the Italian mafia within the 1900s, or better known as the 20th century era. During the 20th century era, in Italy, there were several films and groups fighting for power and influence. For example, there was the Vloro War, which consisted of a fight for power, and there were people such as Johnny Torrio, which was also known as the Fox, and Al Capone, also known as Scarface, that played roles in the fight for power. Although during these times there were fights for power and influence, we decided to make our production have a tone more about romantic drama. This production will lead the audience to witness the love story between Hermia and Lysander and Demetrius and Helena. The central image this will have consists of an old church. The reason we chose an old church, which is in the center of Sicily, Italy, was because it was basically influenced by the original story that also consisted of a church, but we decided to use an old church so that it could be relevant to the way that Sicily, Italy was during the 20th century in order for the production to play out smoothly.
Hi, my name is Chris Kopian. I'm going to be taking it from here. I'm going to begin by discussing the play's themes. Some of the themes of the play are going to be how love overpowers all external forces. In our play, the daughter of a respected member is putting her life at risk by attempting to marry an ordinary servant in the family. Clash/status is also a theme in our play because Hermia, daughter of a respected member, is not allowed to marry Lysander, a servant. Rather than Hermia marrying Lysander, Hermia's father wants her to marry a member of the family who is a part of the same social class as her. Now, moving on to our color palette, we decided on black and white. Also, with touches of red will be used for the costumes to show love in the story. Now, the characters that love each other will have the same shade of red in their costumes, while the other pair will have a different shade. Scenery will include colors of stones that were used to build structures in Sicily during the 20th century. Now moving on to costumes for two characters in the play, Hermia and Demetrius. Hermia will be wearing a black dress with black gloves that go all the way up to her elbows. As for Demetrius, he'll be wearing a white and black striped tuxedo with a red handkerchief and a rose stitched to his jacket. He will also have a black fedora with a red feather from a parrot. Now moving on to my final topic, the prop list. Our prop list consists of Tommy guns, revolvers, jewelry, cigars, and cigarettes.
Hello everyone, my name is Samuel Gagorian, and an example of set design in our performance would be in the opening scene. We would like to have a large office where Don Decius is planning the entertainment at his wedding with his advisor Philip. The office would have a large balcony area in the back that would overlook the hills that our outdoor theater will be located right in front of. There will be a desk in the middle with shelves behind it, and the shelves will have antiques and books. We will also include a safe and a glass display case. There will be cigars on his desk with alcoholic beverages beside him on a tray with wheels. The scene will be when the sun is setting, and this is because it will show that the plot of the story will take place in the night. Theater space. So we chose an outdoor theater that has a mass amount of land behind it. We'll have chairs that are higher than the stage, so the hillside and the stage show. The lighting will point right at the stage, and some lighting will point behind the stage so the hills can show. There will be a curtain that will be used for changing sets. Actors will change in a small house in the picture we included. You may ask what's unique about our concept. The play will be performed at night, and we are planning on using some live animals in a few scenes. So the opening scene would have the Don petting a cat on his lap, and there will be two Dobermans that sit by his desk. We would like to have cats and dogs that will resemble stray ones. When Hermia and Lysander travel through dark alleys to get to the church they plan to marry at, and while Helena and Demetrius follow them. The play will be performed at night on the day of a full moon. This is so the natural lighting the moon gives off will make the performance of scenery much more beautiful to look at. We would like to make sure many stars are present at the time to make the sky beautiful to gaze upon when the curtains are covering the stage. Also, the play will be performed at night. The play being performed at night will make the play setup be more fitting, a Midsummer Night's Dream. So we would also like to include an orchestra, and this orchestra would be able to play the love theme from the movie The Godfather, and the song Sicilian Pastoral. These songs reflect the Italian mafia culture very much, and would make the play much more entertaining. So this is the end of our advertisement. I hope you guys will take up our offer. Thank you very much for listening, and this is the end. Goodbye.